Hi guys, I am going to show you how to make a superhero happy birthday card with the new Artfully Sent Cricut cartridge. And it is on page 27 of the handbook. It's shown right here. This corner kind of shows the put together card. This is the inside of the card and it's a pop-up card. So the outside of a card is just a normal 5x7. So I actually didn't even cut it on the Cricut because there's no need to. I just cut the cardstock, which is this white cardstock right here. I just cut it with my paper trimmer at 10x7 because then when I fold it in half, it will be 5x7. And then I cut this superhero pop-up part. I set my Cricut at 7 inches and then it automatically cuts it just a little bit smaller than 5x7 so that it will fit inside of the card with a little bit of a border. And so this is what it looks like when it's cut out, and what I did was I wanted the lightning bolt to be yellow, so I just taped it onto the back, and I just put a little bit of my adhesive around the edges and stuck the little scrap piece of paper there. And so then I cut out these little pieces here, and if you have the new Cricut Explore, these will cut out much nicer. I have the Expression, and so my letters are just a little bit off, but you get the idea. Again, this handbook tells you to set your Cricut size at 7 inches, and it cuts it all relative so that it all fits perfectly together on this card, the way that it's shown over here. So the only difference I'm going to do is I'm going to put the happy birthday on the front of the card. So I'm going to show you how fast this comes together. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my little pop-up guy. And there are little perforations going all the way down where you fold, except for obviously the lightning bolt that I added, so I just need to fold that on my own. So I'm going to go through and just kind of fold those before I finish. So the pop-up part is going to pop out, but the inside part you need to fold this way because that is going to fold like a card. Okay, and then this part here is perforated too on both sides of his arms. So that's kind of hard to get to. I'm going to carefully fold that. Okay, so now when I fold this in half, oh, it's a little bit off. Alright, so I folded this a little bit off. What you might want to do is line the edges, the corners up first. This is the first one I've done. And then fold. Okay, so now he'll pop up. So next thing you want to do is fold your outside card. I'm going to use my bone folder to make it nice and crisp. Okay, and then I'm going to take my adhesive, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the adhesive around this because this is just slightly smaller than the outside of the card, and so I don't want to accidentally have any adhesive exposed. And since this is lining the card, I'm putting lots of adhesive down so it's good and secure. And I'm going to put it on these little parts too. Don't put any on the part that's going to pop out on the little guy, because you don't want him to stick, obviously, but I'm going to put it a little bit around him so that these parts lay down really nicely. Okay, now let's see, best way to do this. I'm going to line it up in the middle. Okay, this is the hard part because you need to make sure everything's lined up. I don't have it quite exactly centered, but that's okay. And you get a whole pack of the White Daisy cardstock with the Cricut cartridge when you buy it. So that's why I chose to use that for the biggest part of the card, because I have lots of it. But see now, when you open up the card, he pops out. Really fun. Okay, so now I'm going to add his little superhero cape, and I'm going to just use adhesive, an adhesive runner, but since there's the words, if you want to use like a glue pen, you can do that. I'm just going to get around the edges and have it coming out from his back like that. And in the handbook it shows this over here, but I'm actually going to put it on the front of the card. Just like that. Now you can doll up the card. Obviously this is a little bit plain. You can doll it up, but there's the basics of putting the card together, and plenty of room inside to write your message, but it's a fun impact for a little boy's birthday, which is what this is for. So there you have it, the superhero pop-up card from the Artfully Sent cartridge. Let me know if you have any questions. You can order from my website at jamamalmy.com. Thank you.